So hello and welcome to my talk. I will first start with an example, and I'm sure you all know Siemens, a German concern with focus on technology and electrical engineering. And exactly this company was center of one of the biggest corruption and bribery scandals in German economic history. The investigation revealed that Siemens had a multi-billion-dollar system of black accounts for bribing foreign clients. By this violation of compliance, Siemens has attracted a lot of negative attention, bad reputation, and a $1 billion fine. This brings me to the topic compliance. At the beginning, it is important to define what compliance stands for. Compliance means the fulfillment of requirements and can be understood to adhere to laws, guidelines, and to prevent criminal behavior and fine. Nowadays, the introduction of a compliance system is the central aspect of companies all over the world. Especially international companies work under great supervision, which is why observing and complying with requirements is super important. The violation of compliance guidelines can result in a damaged image, unsatisfied customers and partners, loss of profits, and in some cases, legal proceedings as an example of Siemens. Therefore, there are 7 important points which have to be implemented in order to operate successfully on international trade markets. So first of all, you have to build a compliance culture. This means you have to build an organizational culture which does not tolerate violation of compliance. Then management also needs to communicate in a tone from top that there is a no tolerance for compliance. Next step is to identify the compliance goals of your company, and based on them, you can then build your compliance organization. This means you can define different roles of responsible persons and, for example, nominate a compliance officer. Next step is then to do a risk analysis. So you have to identify where the risks come from and how you can avoid and reduce them. Then you can continue with your compliance program, which just means to identify central compliance program measures, which then need to be communicated to your employees. And you could, for example, offer regular trainings, send mails, or offer information events about compliance. Last but not least, it's about compliance monitoring. So you always have to check whether the compliance rules are observed, and you could, for example, establish a whistleblowing program. So if your company carries out these 7 points, I'm sure you're well protected from corruption and bribery, and you could avoid negative attention in international business. And this was my talk about compliance. Thank you for your attention.